Tim was for it.
Sorry.
No, I thought it was a good idea. Honestly, I was totally for it because it was a 20-minute speech on your choice.
Yeah, you're working on it already.
I know. you found my plan. So the format of the thing kind of changed a bunch, and gave me sort of like, I don't know, more time to consider what I was going to talk about than I expected. Because what I was initially going to talk about was whatever I wanted, and I was going to make a bunch of people sit through it. Well, much like I'm doing. But the things that I learned, again, not necessarily in college, but like sort of associated with it, were sort of unusual because they're not the sort of things like I didn't learn about like roommates and stuff because I did to an extent, but it wasn't something that I really like was changed by. The things that I was actually sort of surprised by were the way I sort of saw people and situations. Because like when I was a kid, from what I remember, I don't remember being a kid very well. I was like, I remember being like sort of negative, sort of pessimistic, and then that sort of carried over into a lot of my interactions with other people. So as it went on, I just got, and this would have been like sometime in college, I got kind of bored of that. So I had to be devil's advocate for the optimist. Like that's not normal. Like normally, devil's advocate in my experience of other people's experiences, devil's advocate is the thing. Like nobody wants this to be the thing, but we have to talk about it because what if this is the case, or something. But in the context of this sort of thing, I learned to be an optimist, which is kind of a strange thing to learn in the educational system. But
good lesson.
And sort of. I mean, my friends have different opinions about that, but
You're 2 minutes in.
oh,
That was good.
I was going too fast now.
No, you're doing good.
Not a thing to talk about.
Interrupted you, Frank.
No, I mean,
That was good.
I got my stuff.
I think you're going to be an optimist. That was great.
You found part of the joke, actually. I don't know, in addition to that, I have a mildly amusing anecdote about a roommate. So I chose to room with one of my friends, which is funny because like I remember being in the dorms and they're like, okay, like you're going off to like live in a different place that isn't like mandated by the like, I don't know, proto-fascist regime that is the university housing thing. So you're gonna have to like figure out your own roommates and stuff, and we won't be able to do that for you. Sorry. But so I decided to room with one of my friends. Katie had a poor experience with that. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, and our apartment looked like a dump. But it was like, to be entirely honest, it was probably like one of my favorite places that I've lived because it was there was very little stress about it because like, I mean, yeah, there would be dishes left in the sink occasionally, but like if nobody.
Out in the kitchen at one point.
That was a different time actually. This was after I was allowed back in the kitchen.
That happened. He wasn't allowed.
It was very mild. Nobody died. It was fine. I promise. I
Are
don't
there
know.
onions involved?
No, there were no onions. There was actually almost fire, but that's the thing. It was almost fire, not actual fire.
So you told us that you drew 2 pictures. Do you want to mention those?
Yes. I was wondering when you were going to bring that up. Actually, this is my speech. It says speech ? At the top, and then this is a man, or I don't know, maybe a man. He says, "My name is Ellis." And this thing is like sort of a dinosaur, and it says, "My name is Melvin." And then there's a couple of sentences. This one says, "Like maybe some words ? And this one says, "Talk about people you met," but I had to cross it out because it looked like I wrote "eat."